Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Almighty Allah, who is the most merciful and gracious. Well, I am Rashad Mustain, and my student ID is 211083713 Now, I will discuss my assigned topic on the latest monetary policy declared by Bangladesh Bank. Let's get started. We know monetary and fiscal policy are the essential tool that are used by government and central banks to manage the economic growth and stability. These policies aim to achieve macroeconomic goals such as controlling the inflation, managing employment level, and fostering sustainable economic development. Basically, my assignment focuses on the latest monetary policy that are declared by Bangladesh Bank, and we will analyze the key components comparing with the previous policy, and will suggest the key reforms that are needed in the monetary policy. Now let's see the key points. The first one is the policy rate increase. The central bank increased the key policy rate by 15 basis points. It's up to 10%. This is the fourth hike this year and 11th hike since May 2022. Second point is inflation control. It's the most alarming topic in Bangladesh. Because of inflation, the price of overall goods and services increased. So the primary goal of this rate hike is tame inflation, which has a persistent issue. Third one is the economic stability. These measures are part of broader effort to stabilize the economy amidst the rising global energy and commodity prices. Now we'll discuss the significant changes compared to the previous policy. So we'll start from the policy rate. The previous policy rate was 9.5%, and the current policy rate of 2024 and 25 fiscal year has been increased to 10%, means a 50 basis point hike. Now the second one is inflation target. The previous policy, it means 23-24 fiscal year, has a target of 6.5 inflation rate, and the previous and the latest one also the same target. It's 6.5%. The third one is the reserve requirement. To focus on the reserve requirement comparison, we have to see at first the CRR and the SLR. So the previous policy has the previous policy's CRR means cash reserve ratio was 4%, and the current policy's CRR is 4.5%, but the SLR remains the same, 13%. And the fourth one is the credit growth. The previous policy has the growth of 14.8%, and the current policy has fall down to 13.5%, curb excessive borrowing and spending. And the last and the fifth one is the foreign exchange reserve. The previous policy has a reserve of $35 billion, and the current policy reserve has slightly decreased to $34 billion. Now we'll discuss the tools that are being used by the Bangladesh Bank to control the monetary system. The first one is the policy rate. Policy rate include the repo rate and the reverse repo rate. Repo rate means the rate which commercial bank borrow money from the central bank, and the reverse repo rate is vice versa, the rate at which the central bank borrows money from the commercial banks. The second one and the most popular tool is the open market operation. So open market operation means that here Bangladesh Bank buys and sells government securities to regulate the money supply, uh, such as if the economy has a huge money supply, Bangladesh Bank will try to decrease the money supply by selling the government security to people. That will brings out the money to the government, and the economy's money supply will decrease. On the other hand, if the money supply will decrease, government will government will simply buy the securities from the people, the and the money will go to the general people's hand. The third one is the reserve requirement. This indicates the increase and decrease of CRR of the banks. And the other remaining tools are the discount rate and the moral suasion. Now, I will describe the reforms that are needed in the monetary policy of Bangladesh Bank. The first one is the exchange flexibility. The reforms that need here is implement a single market clearing exchange rate regime. This should help balance demand and supply in the foreign exchange market and improve foreign exchange reserves and ease in the inflation, which may really important role. The second one is strengthening the financial sector governance. The reforms needed here is enforce stricter regulation and oversight to reduce NPLs, means are non-performing loans. We know the current situation of Bangladesh monetary system is it's very bad because of so many non-performing loans have been occurred, and the banks are just falling down. The many banks, many giant banks, have been falling down for this NPL. The third one is the monetary policy adjustment. Here the reforms needed here is to control tightening the monetary policy to control inflation. This includes the adjusting the policy rates and the reserve requirement. And the fourth one is the digital financial services. The world is going through a digital revolution in the technological sector. So to reform the monetary policy, it's very important to make digital financial services supports. And the fifth one is public investment and resource mobilization. Here, the reforms needed here improve domestic resource mobilization to increase public investment. And the last one is the financial inclusion and innovation. So here the reform is to promote the financial inclusion by expanding digital credit facilities and creating sandbox for innovative credit products. Innovative credit products in the Europe and America, as we know, there the credit products is very in risk. People can buy easily their desired product or things by the credit because their credit system is so much strong. So we have to Bangladesh Bank needs to create a strong credit system that credit and make some innovative credit products to have a sustainable monetary system. In conclusion, the Bangladesh Bank newest monetary policy demonstrate a holistic approach to economic management in the face of global and domestic difficulties. The policy seeks to foster long-term development by focusing on inflation management, economic growth, and financial stability. However, ongoing changes and adaptive measures and measures are required to accommodate changing economic conditions and ensure the efficiency of monetary policy. And that is all from my part on this topic. Thank you very much.